You know, if the Nintendo Switch does have these powerful specs, given the fact that we know how well Nintendo's first-party developers can make jaw-dropping games, amazing games that we all love, it's gonna be absolutely insane what the next Super Mario Bros. Game's gonna be like, the next Legend of Zelda game. I mean, heck, what about the next new IP from Nintendo, first party? Or even a new Donkey Kong game? Actually, I just had an amazing thought. What if Nintendo took the power of this Nintendo Switch 2 and made a new Donkey Kong sequel to Donkey Kong 64? Now that would be amazing. What Nintendo first-party games are you excited for when it comes to the new era of Nintendo when they start utilizing the power of the Nintendo Switch 2? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwood or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not, and have that notification bell on so you know when I upload. In this video, we are going to talk about some new massive Nintendo Switch 2 leaks. These Nintendo Switch leaks are pretty big and paint a pretty great picture for us Nintendo Switch fans. They paint the power and specs of the Nintendo Switch 2, which could change Nintendo games forever and make them bigger and better. Or honestly, smaller and better, because sometimes, in my personal opinion, bigger isn't better. Sometimes going smaller is better. We will also be talking about Nintendo's words on when we can see more info on the Nintendo Switch 2, because they have come out and said when we're going to be revealing it, or more specifically how they're going to be revealing it. I always thought that they were just going to do a reveal and then they're going to release it. And of course, during that reveal, we would get all the cool Nintendo Switch games from Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, and all that great stuff. But it seems they're going a different way, and it's pretty interesting. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, it helps the video reach more viewers when you do, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's get on to the topics. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is a pretty hot topic right now. There are a ton of rumors and leaks and a bunch of things going on. The original Nintendo Switch's lifetime has been one hell of a ride and brought us a lot of fun games like Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, not to mention Xenoblade 3, which I still want to play through again. It's also one hell of an indie machine as well. There are great indie games like Hades and Dead Cells, and of course the RPG games, which by the way, I cannot wait for Hades 2. Is anyone else really excited for that game? Not just those, but also future games like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion HD. But I think if there's one thing that a lot of people are wondering is how is Nintendo gonna reveal the info on the Nintendo Switch 2? Recently, Nintendo has confirmed that the next Switch is coming. And this is straight from the Nintendo president himself. He said it's coming in 2025 and described it as a Nintendo Switch successor. Nothing on the power or anything else. Luckily, it seems that some new Nintendo Switch leaks from manufacturers of the Nintendo Switch 2 have leaked out. Now, as always, guys, remember that this could be fake. They could not be real. Always remember that. With that being said, let's go over these Nintendo Switch 2 specs and exactly what's going on. How powerful is this system? And I'll also explain when compared to other systems like the PS4, the Xbox Series X, PS5, Xbox Series S, and so on. 12GB LPDDR5X RAM, which that itself is really fantastic in my opinion. That's exactly how much I wanted. 256GB UFS 3.1 internal storage. One thing that I'm wondering is how big are the Nintendo Switch 2 carts gonna be and how much memory is each game gonna take up. A lot of times they don't take up a lot of space, so 256GB plus a memory card is fantastic, and we know that memory cards are a lot cheaper now as well, so this is really fantastic. 1536 CUDA cores, 48 Tensor cores, 12 RT cores, which is ray tracing I'm assuming. Ampere architecture with features backported from Ada. 8X ARM A78C, and it also has a file decompression engine. So what does this all mean? Well, Nexon has a breakdown on this, and it's pretty interesting when compared to other systems from Sony and Microsoft. There are 4 bullet points here and tell us how it compares to the systems like PS4 Pro, the Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, and so on. Rough comparisons, credit Nexon. Handheld right above the PS4 before DLSS, by the way. For those who don't know what DLSS is, this is the description. DLSS stands for Deep Learning Super Sampling, a neurographic technology that uses AI to enhance image quality and responsiveness. I mean, already that sounds fantastic, right? DLSS works by analyzing frames and motion data to create additional high quality frames. DLSS can sample a frame. There is a car going by. Anyways, DLSS can sample a frame at a lower resolution, use that sample to create a higher resolution frame, and generate additional frames. DLSS can also improve performance up to 300%. So essentially, it's going to make the Nintendo Switch 2 games run and look better in handheld mode, which is huge, but not only in handheld mode, but also in dock mode as well, which does make me wonder if we're going to get any Pro patches or Nintendo Switch 2 patches for current games as well. Because you have to wonder, if it does use AI to upscale individual frames, why can't they do that for current games? There's no reason, right? And this is something we've seen on PC already. We've seen a lot of different games use DLSS to already make current existing games run and look better, so I'm hoping they do the same for the Nintendo Switch. Maybe we can even get Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom at 60 FPS. If you guys never played Breath of the Wild at 60 FPS, it just feels amazing. And while you're down in the comment section, or if you're still watching this video and not correcting me on my probably dumb mistake, I want to say thank you for reaching this video this far, and here's a cookie. For those who don't know, YouTube considers cookies potentially inappropriate for some reason, so let's spam those cookies in the comment section. I want to see pages among pages, just go wild with cookies in the comment section. Anyways, moving on to the next bullet point about the docked mode. Docked between PS4 Pro and Xbox Series S before DLSS with modern hardware than the former. Now this right here is pretty amazing. Nintendo seems to be going for some pretty great performance, enough power to get third-party support for the Nintendo Switch 2. But my question for this is, how are the first-party games gonna run and look on the Nintendo Switch 2? I mean, the power of a PS4 Pro without DLSS, by the way, in a Zelda and Mario game, not to mention that they can also add DLSS during the development of these games, and they will look amazing. And they'll also be able to do more with the game when it comes to gameplay as well. And of course, this also does require more RAM, and that's what they're talking about in this next point. RAM, slower than the PS5 and Xbox Series S/X in speed, but more capacity than the Xbox Series S. Should have 10.5 through 11 gigabytes of RAM available for games, and they go on to say that for the UI, it's going to be 1 gigabyte of RAM for that. They also say the storage is UFS 3.1 max speed, should be a hair under the Xbox Series X/S, 2.1 gigabytes versus 2.4 gigabytes per second. So this sounds really fantastic. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, because a lot of times I kind of get really hyped about these things, and sometimes I can't think straight. So what do you guys, the Nintendo Switch install base, the rest of the Nintendo Switch install base I should say, think about these specs? Now that's not where we're gonna stop here, because we do have some small information about the Q&A from Fear. It was always my thought that Nintendo was gonna do one event, reveal the Nintendo Switch, along with some games, and then they were gonna release it. I don't think that I ever thought that there was gonna be multiple events, but that might be happening, and this is why. This is what Shintaro Furukawa said to the investors at the Q&A during the investor meeting. As with previous announcements of new hardware, we will continue to release information in phases leading up to launch. Now, I don't remember the Nintendo Switch original anyways having phases of reveals. I just remember that big event where he went on stage and revealed it, and of course there was the trailer and stuff, and then I remember the release. I may be remembering it wrong though, but this does kind of change my ideas on what I think Nintendo's plan is here. Now, Stealth40k on Twitter, which is what I came across for this quote, says it has begun. This is really the first step acknowledging it's happening, and this is really exciting because the next about 8 months is gonna be just one heck of a time. There's gonna be big news dropping, different Nintendo Switch insider leaks. There's gonna be just a whole bunch of exciting things happening, and it's exciting. So the question then becomes, when can we see the next information drop? The June Nintendo Direct can be crossed off because Nintendo, in their own words, said that they weren't going to reveal any information about the Nintendo Switch 2 at the June Nintendo Direct, which is also confirmed by themselves as well. But my question is there going to be signs of the Nintendo Switch 2? Not the hardware itself, but the games. With that being said, what other places could we see any information drops? Well, we could see a September Nintendo Direct. Nintendo does a Nintendo Direct in September every single year. It's almost consistent. Now, that's not the only place that Nintendo holds Nintendo Directs. They also hold them in February every single year. And what year is February 2025? If Nintendo does plan on revealing the Nintendo Switch 2 in phases, a September Nintendo Direct or sometime in fall, just like the original Nintendo Switch for the reveal, could be happening. Now, if they really wanted to cut it close, they could do it in the February Nintendo Direct as well. But one of those two spots and months could be the reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2. If they do end up doing it during the September Nintendo Direct, I can see them revealing a bunch of games during the February Nintendo Direct and then have a release sometime in March or maybe a little bit later than that. If you guys remember, I think it was the last Nintendo investor meeting, they said that they weren't going to reveal any new hardware in this fiscal year, which I believe ends in March 2025. So it might even be sometime after March, but think springish. Reveal in fall, release in spring essentially. And that's kind of my theory on when I think, and who knows, maybe we'll throw some little information here and there as well. Again, they said phases, so we don't really know how many phases there are. Is it just going to be 2 phases and then the reveal, or the release I mean, or is it going to be like 3 or 4 phases and then the reveal, or release? I don't know why I keep messing up like that. It's going to be really super interesting to see how they do it. Typically, Nintendo likes to hold the momentum of excitement around their brand, so these phases actually makes a lot of sense. I call it the Nintendo momentum. That's why you can always predict when Nintendo does Nintendo Directs, and why the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch and just overall the Nintendo Switch brand is so big right now, is because they're always supplying you with things and always keeping your eyes on the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, that's my theory on the phases for the reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2 and also the information and leaks that have happened very recently. What about you guys? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think there's gonna be multiple showings for the Nintendo Switch 2 and you agree with my dates? When do you think these phases for reveals for the Switch 2 are gonna be? And what do you think about the specs? Are you disappointed by the leaked specs? If they are true, they could be fake, always remember that. Or do you love them? Are you happy with them if that is true? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.